All right, welcome to the Explainer. Let's get right into it. If you're planning a holiday road trip, the biggest question on your mind might just be, how much is this going to cost me at the pump? Well, today we're breaking down exactly what you can expect to pay for gas this holiday season. So, if you're one of the tens of millions of Americans getting ready to pack up the car and drive to see family and friends, I've got some good news for you waiting at the pump. $2.79. According to projections from GasBuddy, that's the national average we're expecting for a gallon of regular gas on Christmas Day. Yeah, for anyone planning a long drive, that number is a very welcome sight. Okay, so a lower price at the pump sounds great, right? But what does it actually mean for your wallet and for the country as a whole? Turns out the impact is, well, it's bigger than you might think. It adds up and it adds up fast. The source material projects that American drivers are on track to save over $500 million collectively. And get this, that's just during this holiday week alone. That is a staggering amount of money going right back into people's pockets. So that's like this massive early Christmas gift for the entire American economy. But think about it, where did all that extra cash go? It doesn't just vanish, right? Nope. It often translates directly into more spending on gifts, festive meals, and holiday fun, giving a nice little boost to the wider economy. And you can bet people are taking advantage of these prices. AAA is expecting a record 122.4 million Americans to travel this holiday season. And as you can see from this chart, the vast majority, we're talking nearly 110 million people, are choosing to drive. It's pretty clear that affordable gas is a huge factor there. All right, to really get a feel for how good 279 is, we need to do a little time traveling. Let's take a quick look back and see what drivers were paying in previous years. Think back to just last Christmas. The national average was sitting at a full $3 a gallon. So yeah, this year's lower price offers some real, much-needed relief from the sticker shock a lot of us have been feeling at the pump recently. And when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, this year's projected price is a really big deal. It's not just lower than last year, it's actually bringing us back to levels that were pretty common before the pandemic completely shook up global energy markets. For many, it kind of feels like a return to normal. So, the big question is why? Why are prices lower? Now, gas prices are, super complex. Everything from global supply to refinery output can affect them, but the Fox Business article we're sourcing for this explainer, it points to one specific government policy as a primary cause. Now, before we go any further, it's really important to say this. What we're about to cover is the perspective presented directly in our source material. Our goal here is simply to explain the reasoning it provides. The article attributes the price drop to what it calls the Trump administration's energy dominance agenda. So what is that? Well, it's a policy that's all about maximizing domestic energy production. The stated goals are to ensure national security and create more economic stability. And this idea is backed up by a direct statement given to Fox Business from a White House spokesperson. They explicitly linked the administration's policy priorities to the goal of reducing energy costs for consumers. Okay, let's shift gears and look ahead. What's next for the pump? Is this just a nice little holiday surprise? Or is this the start of a longer trend? Well, according to Patrick DeHaan, he's the head of petroleum analysis over at GasBuddy, there are some encouraging signs on the horizon. He suggests this isn't just a temporary holiday dip, hinting that these lower prices could actually continue into the new year. So while the experts seem optimistic, the global energy market is famously unpredictable. I mean, oil prices can be influenced by everything from geopolitics to the weather. It leaves us with a final question to think about. Will this trend of relief at the pump continue, or is more volatility just around the corner? It's something we'll all be watching closely as we head into the new year.